Welcome to Wanna Bet, the daily gambling game show that takes betting seriously, but not much else. Get our favorite plays on the totals, sides, props, exotics, and futures to jump on now.
So let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Så att du kan känna konsolata konsolferina. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Wanna Bet. Man, they're just a little bit, not quite out of reach, but just far enough away, Beltway Ben. The Three Lobster Night. Man, I was midway through the fourth quarter, I'll admit, Beltway Ben, I started thinking about the lobster roll a little bit midway through the fourth quarter of that Cleveland-Denver game. As Harden finally started dishing to people and they actually made the shot after receiving the well-placed pass from him, I'm like, hey, we got a shot to cap this night off with that NBA parlay that would have pushed us into a really profitable night and woulda, coulda, shouldas. And we had a good night. We had another college basketball parlay. Ben and I both love Kansas at plus money. If you subscribe to Hoops HQ and you've been reading our stuff there, it's 6 straight winners on HQ, and we gave it to you at plus 122. It got as high as plus 136. We grabbed it on this show at plus 116. We loved Kansas. Look, I needed one more foul shot to push the first quarter in Utah and Miami. It came in at 58. But what really hurt is the Cleveland one, Ben. This is so hard, man. Right? So you're doing all the work on that game, and it came down to me too. Do I just do the Joker triple-double, which was baked into the cake, and you knew he was going to get the first rotation of the game when he's got – the points aren't there, but he's already got like 6 assists and like 5 rebounds 6 minutes into that game. But it's like, do I do the Jared Allen double-double, or do I incorporate Harden, who you know is trying to make an impression there, against the team in Denver that's giving up a ton of good three-point looks, that's giving up, 17 assists a game over the last 10 games just to the backcourt? Can they make layups? Can they hit a few threes? 8 assists for Harden versus going up to that 10 rebounds for Jared Allen and going double-double. And Allen goes well over the 10 rebounds easily. But, like, if you would have told me that Donovan Mitchell's going to have 8 assists at the half and Harden's going to have 3, and you would have told me that Harden's going to have, like, push for a triple-double because the rebounds are there more than the assist, it's like you just don't know which way the ball's going to bounce. So we end up coming 1 assist short on Harden. The game nearly goes to overtime, in which case we're going to cash. But, hey, we did get a great three-pointer at the end of regulation from the kid Brathwaite from Mount St. Joe. Be more Catholic League represent to send the Yale game into overtime against Howard. So that cashed. Kansas cashed. The SGP and the Cavs game, so freaking close. And our Lumberjacks got up 11 or 12 with like 5 to play, Beltway Ben, and then they damn near lost the game. So a good night for us. It came close to being a great night.
Yeah, I almost. By the way, you're also. It's supposed to be 10.6. I gotta redo it. So you're up. You're up more than 9.59 units. There was a typo there, but I had a pretty good night. Just lost one, and that was the USA women's lacrosse matchup, which, hockey. USA women's hockey. That was just kind of me throwing something out there that I don't know much about, and we lost. It happens. It is what it is. But NC State, Louisville, that game went over with about 10 minutes left in the second half. That was a good read. Kansas on the money line. I would not have given them out if Darren Peterson was out.
Yeah.
If I knew that he was dealing with but let's just wait until 3 minutes before tip-off and have John Rothstein tweet it out. I'm happy we still won that, but college sports with this BS is actually starting to really frustrate me. The Big Ten has done what they can to try to help, where they do an injury report, but everybody's listed as questionable. So even that's hard to really tell. It's complete BS. The guys, to have ESPN have him on the screen during warmups and to emphasize him, Darren Peterson this, Darren Peterson that, for him to be ruled out 3 minutes before the game, it's not right. And like we're bettors. We're taking risks all the time, but like, come on, you knew he was playing before 3 minutes before tip off, whatever. And then we also cashed the Timberwolves Hawks same game parlay and our NBA parlay. Sabonis was ruled out, so it got taken down a little bit, but it was still a very good cash for us.
Kansas is interesting to me, Beltway Ben. I've kind of felt like they turned the corner for a little while now. In hindsight, though, them winning that game the way they won it without Peterson, that could bode well for them.
It could, but they got to fix the interior. They struggle on the glass, way too big, and that doesn't usually win in March. But yeah, I like Kansas a little bit too right now. Self has done it. He knows how to get it done. Great basketball coach. But like, is Peterson's agent at the Elite Eight matchup? And because every game that he's been there, he's like not play. It's weird. It's a really weird thing. But when he is the best player in the country. Like, that's not debatable. He's the best player in the country. The issue is, what game in the tournament is he going to say, well, I don't know if I'm playing here? Like, it's hard to tell. But yeah, they're legit. They just got to fix the interior. And they have floor. They have some size, but they got to fix the glass.
Yeah. Yep. All right. We don't have anything other to address, right? Don't think so.
No, should be good.
Let's do it. If you're new to the show, it's pretty easy. First, second, third down are the 3 favorite picks of the day. Fourth down, overtime, we try to give you some categories. Fourth down, something to cast quickly in a game. Fourth and short. Fourth and long, could be a long shot bet, a long-term bet like a future. Could be a weird-ass bet, fourth and weird. And then overtime, we're giving you a parlay every day. It's obviously not football or football anymore because football's done for a while. But football is not. And I like the midweek slate in the Prem. But let's start in college hoops. We got to fade Air Force, guys. Colorado State at Air Force. We're laying the 14.5. Again, if you're with us at Hoops HQ, we got it at 14.
Is it?
What's that?
Are you doing 14.5 or 15.5?
No. It's at 15.5. We got it at Hoops HQ in our column at 14.5. It's now 15.5 everywhere. I hope this isn't another one that bites us in the ass because lately it has been. But look, Colorado won the first meeting, albeit at home, 81-52. Colorado State's a top 60 KenPom offense. They're a top 13 EFG offense in the country. They are a top 8 3-point shooting team, a top 50 2-point offense. How does Air Force do against the 3 ball? Not really good. 321st in the country defending the 3 ball, 280th defending the 2 ball. Air Force 3-9 against the spread in conference. They lost over the weekend by 34 to San Diego State. Air Force 6-14-1 against the spread as a dog. Much like Gardner-Webb and a few other teams we focused on, they really excel at losing by 20 points or more, even at home. So we think the Rams can light them up.
For me, I've talked about it a lot on this show, SEC overs and attacking certain spots with certain teams here. By the way, the clock is, I think, 20 seconds behind today. Let me double check.
I love it.
21.
How about that?
What are we doing?
Freaky deaky.
Yeah.
We got the freaky deakiest clock in
nobody
in the gambling universe.
Yeah.
Our clock hangs out with R. Kelly.
I hope not.
I hope not either. Our clock belongs in jail if it does.
Absolutely. First down. We're gonna play Vanderbilt and Auburn.
You're down to a minute, Ben. Work fast.
Quick.
Work fast.
Quick. Vandy and Auburn over 161.5 at -110. And we're also going to give out LSU and Arkansas over 159.5 -110. I talked about it. We play SEC overs with certain matchups. Here we're getting Vanderbilt. If this game was at Vandy, I'd feel a little bit better, but Auburn still at home has played at a fast pace. They've tried to outscore teams. We just saw what happened in that Alabama game. Now, Alabama's an exception. Alabama's an NBA type of game when you play it. Like, every team against Alabama is scoring 90-plus points, and it's kind of crazy, but Auburn can play that type of game. Vanderbilt wants to, and if you look at a few of their road games of late, they've been in the 60s, but some of that is opponent. Like, Auburn's not holding teams in the 60s with regularity. I think Vanderbilt, in a weird spot, they got off to such a great start, and there was so much hype around them. They start to fall off a little bit. I do think their offense will be able to get going here against Auburn. I think Auburn's going to be able to score 80 plus as well. So I think we see a game in the 80s here, minus 110. But the one I like more, Arkansas and LSU over 159.5 at minus 110. Listen, LSU, they can score, but they play no defense. One of the worst defenses in the SEC. And as I said, they can score. Arkansas is in the same spot. Like both of these two teams don't defend much, have some solid scorers. Now, Arkansas has a few NBA type picks, 2 guys who could be in the lottery, things like that LSU doesn't. But still, like in this spot, I just think on the road, Arkansas, their offense has traveled. Their defense hasn't at all. They've given up a lot of points on the road. They're giving up 80 plus with regularity on the road. And again, this is another one, just like the last play I gave out. I think both of these teams could score 80 plus points. Calipari's all, he's got the NBA. Everybody he takes goes to the NBA and has success. He might not win a lot of games or win a lot of national championships, but he can get guys to the NBA, and they want to play fast. They want to shoot the 3. They want to get to the bucket and do a lot of different things well offensively. And I think they'll do that here tonight against the LSU team. As I said, they're, out of the top 100 in KenPom defense, which is, pretty jarring in the SEC. So Arkansas, LSU over 159.5 minus 110. And then we're also playing Vandy and Auburn over 161.5 at minus 110.
Good stuff. Second down for me, Beltway Ben. Let's go to the association. We'll lay the 11.5. Little bit of juice here, minus 112 with the Knickerbockers. We like the Knickerbockers at home. We told you the Knickerbockers were going to go to Detroit and lose last week, and they were overdue for a loss. But I like them hosting Indiana here. The Knicks are 19-8 against the spread at home. They're 18-8 against the spread at home as a favorite. Indiana's trying to protect the pick. Indiana's full-blown tank mode. I think Cat is back for this one. Knicks have covered 5 straight at home by 2.5, by 15.5, by 23.5, by 1.5, and by 42.5. The Knicks against bottom 10 NBA teams at home this season, 9-1 against the spread. They cover those games on average by 9 points per game. Indiana has not been covering on the road much. 2 of their last 10 they've covered on the road. And I just think this is a spot for the Knicks to flex their muscles. I looked at a lot of different stuff with Brunson. Are you on this game at all, Beltway Ben, from a prop standpoint? I thought you might be. I couldn't get home on a Brunson prop, but I thought you might have something to spur further conversation as you have been attacking the Pacers lately.
I don't. The trade deadline kind of scared me. Okay. It's weird. And also, real quick, you talk about that pick. Have you seen the Zubac trade? So it's interesting. I've never seen anything like this. It's top 4 because they traded the first round pick for Zubac. Yes. It's top 4 protected and then 10 or higher. So it's like you basically 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9 is what they're hoping for to keep that pick. Or not top 4 protected. Or no, so the Clippers get it if it's in that area. 5 through 9. The Clippers get it. It's really weird. I don't like, why wouldn't you just do top 4 protected? I guess maybe the Pacers were saying if somehow they turned it on down the stretch, they want the pick still.
Like really my interpretation of that trade is the Pacers have every motivation in the world to be one of the 3 or 4 worst teams in the NBA.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But they still could fall to 5. You know what I mean?
They could. Yeah. But that just tells me they're really just tells me they don't want to play around.
No, 100%. I just thought
let's be down by 30 going into the fourth quarter, guys, every freaking night.
Right. But no, it's just weird. I've never seen
it's weird.
6 spots and then you take the I don't get that. It's usually just top 6 protected.
You'd think there might be a competitive balance rule against something.
Yeah,
like
right.
I think that the NBA might want to consider how this looks.
It's the NBA and I'm a Wizards fan and the tanking is bizarre, especially from a prop standpoint. But second down for me, I've tried to find ways to play this team all year because I think Pastner wants to run and gun, and his offense at UNLV, he wants it to be hot now in Vegas. Of course, spent time at Georgia Tech, goes to CBS, spends time there. Now it's at UNLV, and they're playing at a fast pace. Outside of that, though, they don't play much defense, right? We just saw them give up 98 points to Fresno State. Now they're coming off of a somewhat upset, I guess you could call it, against Grand Canyon. Big underdogs, and they take down Grand Canyon by 2 at home. They scored 80 points in that game. But as I said before, 98 the game before that, and it's up and down for them. They haven't been able to get over 81.5 a ton this season. In a few spots they have, but you have to look at the opponent tonight. When you look at San Jose State, we talked about them in football all the time with Niumatalolo going there, and that's exciting. But they're not a basketball school whatsoever. They never really have been. They're bottom quarter really in defense. San Diego State, who we know how great they are defensively, they don't do much on offense. 81 points they scored against them. New Mexico, one of the better teams in the conference, scored 88. Long Beach State, 83. Like they're giving up points with regularity, and now you're facing a UNLV team who does have a few transfers that spent time at the Power 5 level who can score it. And I just think in this spot, like, this isn't Air Force. UNLV is not great, but it isn't Air Force level bad. So I think they could score some points. Last time they faced off, we saw them score 76, and that was on the road. Now you're playing in Vegas. I'm fine taking them to score 82 plus points here. I think they're due for one of those big spots just with how bad San Jose State has been defensively.
Hop, Zeit! Hope you enjoyed that commercial as much as Beltway Ben did inserting that commercial. You've no idea, right, Beltway Ben? You've no idea what the commercial is. You just kind of stitch a random thing in there, right? Is that how it works? That's how the sausage is made?
Yes, I have no idea what the ad is. I click add, and then it adds it in. But it doesn't tell me what the ad is. It just shows a green line in that spot.
And it might be different ads for different people. I
know YouTube is. Yep. I don't know about podcasts. Apple Podcast or Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. But we are wherever you get your podcast. So if you're not subscribed there, subscribe.
Right. Subscribe everywhere.
Yes.
We just do what our corporate overlords tell us. Third down. Let's go to the Prem. We have enjoyed watching Leeds play soccer this year. And for the most part, even when we've had our dips in Premiership betting, we fared pretty well with Leeds United. Leeds going to the bridge, Stamford Bridge, to face Chelsea this afternoon. I believe this one is on the USA Cable Network there, Beltway Ben. I don't think you need the peacocker for this one. I think it's straight over the air, old school cable. We like over 2.5 goals in this match. We like both teams to score, and we like Chelsea to get at least a point out of it. So Chelsea to win or draw, plus 145 at BetMGM. I don't do a lot of soccer betting at BetMGM, but they had this game priced the best. So that's where we went. Look, there have been 4 or more total goals in 3 straight Chelsea matches. 6 of the last 9 Blues games over the 2.5 total goals. Chelsea have scored 2 or more times in 7 of their last 10 overall matches. The BTTS has hit 8 of the last 9 Chelsea Blues matches. How about over 2.5 plus the BTTS for Chelsea? It's hit in 4 of their last 5 matches. Chelsea have won 4 straight. They seem to have sorted things out. It's a young team. They're in really good form. They're in good scoring form. How about Leeds? Leeds plays batshit crazy games. The BTTS has hit in 12 of the last 15 Leeds Premiership matches. Leeds road matches average 3.08 goals per game. Leeds has just 1 win all season on the road. They get a lot of draws in general, which is why we don't mind the Chelsea double. And they cannot win outside of Ellen Road. When these teams played a couple weeks back, Beltway Ben, we were doing the show from the Towson basketball game. Things got crazy, a lot of goals. I think it can happen again here. So Leeds and Chelsea, at least 3 total goals, both teams to score. Chelsea to win or draw, plus 145. BetMGM. Surprisingly.
Yeah. Third down for me. Didn't want to do it, but I had to. We're going to play Duke minus 17 tonight at minus 110 at Pitt. I don't like taking
Angry
teams.
Duke.
Angry Duke. Exactly, Angry Duke. Well, we also have their head coach just...
Hey, how many guys are going to have their jaws wired, Beltway Ben?
Dude.
And how many dudes are going to have to wear those Silence of the Lambs mask? Because everybody got punched in the face at Kakalaka. Did you hear about it? At the D-Dome. Bam, you get a broken jaw.
Yeah.
Bam, bam, bam.
The first thing you say after you lose a big rivalry matchup is, I had a coach get punched in the face. And then you double down on it, to which we look at a video. There's no video. Now he claims that now there's a claim from him or the school that it was a water bottle that hit him. So don't throw water bottles. But last year, or not last year, it was years ago, when UNC beat Duke at Duke, the student section was throwing all types of stuff at UNC players. So Duke never does anything wrong. Duke is the king. Gosh, Saturday was awesome. Screw Duke. I'm a true Duke hater. I just can't stand them. And he also lied about Filipowski when Wake rushed the court 2 years ago. Filipowski's soft. That's what it was, and he acted like he was shot on the court. Again, I'm all for player safety. For these are kids, even though some of them are older than me now with these new rules. But like, let's calm it down just a little bit. Let's stop acting like you're always the victim and being yourself. Shire is just such a baby, but he has a fine
I just
basketball.
thought of something real quick before you go into the bet. If I sweep the board tonight, I'm going to take a Sharpie and write Ozzy on my hands like Ozzy Osbourne had, and I'll show it off on the show tomorrow if I sweep the board.
That's interesting.
Huh? You've never seen Ozzy's really janky Ozzy tattoos across his fingers?
No, he passed away, didn't he, last year?
What would this be called? I guess just like your top digits. Like, I don't know what exactly you call the area between the knuckle and.
So he's got a tattoo that says Ozzy here.
It says Ozzy.
Yeah, Ozzy.
It spells out Ozzy. It spells out his name.
It's pretty tough.
Huh?
I said that's pretty tough.
Hell yeah, dude! Freaking Ozzy Osbourne basically and Tommy Iommi and Geezer Butler. They basically invented heavy metal in Birmingham, an industrial wasteland, Birmingham, England, in like the '60s. Look it up.
That doesn't do much for me, but
we'll be on Aston Villa tomorrow, and Aston Villa is Ozzy's team, who he supported in Birmingham. He didn't support Birmingham City; he supported Aston Villa, and his last concert was at the stadium there. And we like the villains tomorrow, but we'll get to that tomorrow.
All right, moral story though. We're gonna take Duke minus 17, minus 110 in a matchup against Pitt. It's a road game, and I told you guys all the time, I don't like taking favorites. Like I don't like taking road teams in general much in college basketball at this time of the year. Like earlier in the year, it's fine, things are going, but I think this is when teams start to win a little bit more at home. Students start to get a little bit more bought in. But Pitt is god awful. I mean, they are pure garbage. Capel is a Duke guy, spent time there, was an assistant, of course, brotherhood, whatever. He has struggled against Duke in games. Coaching, I was at Pitt years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, when Bob Carrington was at Pitt and watched that one. It was like a pretty tight spread, 5.5 or 6.5, and Pitt ends up losing by 27 and was done from the tip. I think that could be the case here. Like, we saw Duke go to the West Coast and win by 15 and 30 or 20. Like, they've been able to win some games big. You're coming off of a loss against the arch rival. You whined in the media. You did all the crying you did. Like, you better have your guys ready to go. We saw SMU just beat Pitt by 19 points. This is not a good Pitt team at all. And really over the, Capel's tenure there, they haven't been very good. They made the tournament, I think, once or twice. It hasn't been pretty for him. But this year's team is worse than anything that he's had. I mean, they said it. 9 and 15. They're not really even competitive, home or on the road. So I think Duke's going to dominate. And it's unfortunate because, well, not unfortunate. I don't care. I'm not a Pitt fan. Like, the ACC sucks. The ACC completely sucks, and Pitt can't compete. Like, I just don't really get it. But I'm going to take Duke minus 17. You can get this at BetMGM. Most of the books have it at 17.5. I took it at 17 at minus 110.
Excellent. Fourth down, it's kind of weird. It's mostly fourth and short, but it is kind of weird. It's a little bit freaky deaky, not freaky deaky enough to be hanging out with R. Clock and or R. Kelly. Get it? R. Clock and or get it? R. It's OUR, our clock, but it's that's what we should call it from now on, don't you think? R. Clock.
I don't think.
Like, I'm thinking R. period and then capital C LOCK.
I don't think we should represent anything with R. Kelly on our show. I don't.
True.
I don't think we should. I think.
But there is now a part of me that's picturing the word.
I see what you're saying, but
period clock above the clock.
Yeah.
Just to make
if he wasn't the human that he is, yeah.
No, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah. So then
total scumbag.
Yes.
So here's the pick. Transitioning. Segue. We like Bournemouth to score in the first half against Everton today. We're riding a trend here, and it's a prevailing trend. Bournemouth have scored in the first half in 9 of their 12 road matches. We were on them earlier in the year before they traded Semenyo. They still have 3 attackers we like, but they play balls out on the road. They've led or tied at the half in 7 of their 12 road matches. That's no small feat in the Premiership. How about Everton, not a great first half team across the board. Everton have just 6 first half goals at home all season. That's third fewest in the Premiership. They have led at the half just 5 times in 12 matches at home. Bournemouth have scored in the first half in 5 of their last 6 road matches. That includes going to Man U, going to Chelsea. Those are Champions League sides. And Everton gave up a ton of chances over the weekend to Fulham. We watched that match. We got effed in that match. And should have been down 3-0 at the half. They are slow starters. We thought about pairing this with a Bournemouth double for plus 130. It only got us 20 cents more. I mean, do we think they'd be down 2-1 at the half? Like, no. Do we think there's 3 first half goals in this? Probably not. But ultimately, we just bet 365. We preferred and went with Bournemouth to score in the first half. Plus 110. Let's go cherries. Maybe Patrick Kluivert's kid.
I've got 2 plays, 4th and weird and 4th and long. We'll start with 4th and weird. Alperen Şengün over 14.5. And of course, we didn't get it to say that.
And we're getting weird.
We are getting weird.
We are getting weird. We dedicate today's show to our clock, not
it's weird.
The other
like,
R.
I have to sync
this
with,
is our period clock. We dedicate this show to him.
Our overtime and 4th down. Sometimes I have to sync twice. Whatever. Alperen Şengün over 14.5 field goals attempted at minus 135. I really like the spot here. When you look at the matchup against an Indiana Pacers team that just does not defend inside. I was waiting to hear about Zubats. I'm so happy. Most NBA injury reports you won't find out until 5 p.m., 6 p.m., something garbage like that. But today we found out that Zubats is going to be out until the All-Star break, and that's certain. That's good to know because that means Şengün should be able to throw down against whoever in this spot. I just think when you look at what he's done this year, he's gone over it a bunch for the majority of the season. Never mind. Not the Pacers. They're playing the Clippers. He got traded. From
Right.
He got traded. Sorry, he's out, which is good for us because again they don't have size. Now played well, and they have Nienhauser from Penn State, who spent time in college, but in this spot, we're going to need Şengün to shoot 15 shots, which he's done a lot. There were games where he got to 20. Now, you can't do alt lines with field goals attempted, which is a weird thing, but I know a lot of people don't have Bet365 yet, even people in Maryland. I don't know how many states they have it, but I would suggest downloading and playing some of these field goal props. Like, it's not free money a lot, but it is better. If you think a guy is going to be aggressive shooting the basketball and he misses some shots, he'll keep shooting it. Şengün is one of those dudes. Like on an off night for Şengün, he's going to keep throwing it off the other side of the backboard, and it just sometimes gets ugly. But against the Clippers, who are struggling on the interior, who have told people they're soft rebuilding, you still have Kawhi. Kawhi's not going to be guarding Şengün. He'll be dealing with KD. KD has not been nearly as aggressive as he was earlier in the year. Like Thompson, they let him sit outside at the three-point line because he can't shoot the three. They just don't have a lot of guys who are aggressive looking to score the basketball outside of KD, and lately he hasn't been that. Neither is Şengün, though. He's under this in 3 straight. Today, though, with struggling on the inside from the Clippers, I do think we'll see Şengün shoot enough shots, over 14.5 field goals attempted. Now, 4th and long. LeBron triple-double. Let me get Yeah, it's only a half unit play, though. It's a half unit play. Where's Choppy? There we go.
Whoa, this is ballsy.
Yes. Guess how many he has this year? 0. And the last time they faced off, he had 19, 15, and 8. Was 2 assists short. And it was crazy because Luka played in that game, had 8 assists. Austin Reeves played in that game and had 7 assists. Luka has not yet been ruled out, but all signs point to him sitting until the All-Star break. They're fine with him doing that. It's the NBA. That's how most things go. And really, we haven't had much success with expecting guys to play in the NBA of late. So I'm going to take the alternate route and say I'm expecting this guy not to play. Of course, now they'll probably rule him active. NBA injury report is always tough, too. It's better than college because they don't even have one. But no, I just think no Luka. So that means you're taking away 8 to 12 assists. You're also taking away 7 to 8 boards. And with him out, LeBron has been great getting assists. Back-to-back double-doubles. The issue is more so on the glass where he has not been able to grab 10 boards. He only grabbed 10 boards in a few games this year. But against the Spurs, listen, LeBron, whatever you think of him at this point in his career, he's a prideful guy. Like he's a prideful dude. And I would expect against Wemby him to turn it on. Now, the last time he faced Wemby or the Spurs Wemby was out. So the 19 and 15, of course, he's not going to grab 15 boards here. But I do think LeBron might play 30-plus minutes. It is a back-to-back. That scares me. Hopefully they don't get blown out. And we're also just putting a half a unit on it. But I think the value is great in a spot where Luka's off the court and Austin Reeves on a minutes restriction. And he would be ruled out before LeBron. I know LeBron a while ago said back-to-backs. I could be sitting. So we might completely get this washed and get a unit right back to us. But I'm fine taking the risk if he is to play.
Excellent. All right, overtime, I got some parlays for you guys. We might as well start in the college hoops. This I'm dedicating to Beltway Ben because it goes against his road team philosophy and ranked or higher ranked road team going to a conference opponent on the road this time of year. And I get all that. I believe all that. We're not looking to cover here. We're just looking to win. And we like Iowa State to beat TCU, and we like Purdue to beat Nebraska, and that's going to get you plus 179. I just don't think TCU can keep pace offensively with Iowa State. I think Iowa State can win this playing a B-plus, B-type game on the road. I don't think they're going to be intimidated there. There's a lot to like about the Cyclones. And then Purdue against Nebraska, Purdue shoots lights out. They shoot better from behind, from distance on the road than at home. And Nebraska does a lot of things great. Defending the three ball is not a specialty for them. So playing a little bit of a hunch here. Purdue's been a little bit up and down. They've been super hot or they've run real cold. We have a feeling they come out to play tonight, and we think they make a lot of three-pointers in this game, and we think all their scorers score. We also have a Premiership three-team parlay. Well, it's kind of really 4 teams, but 3 games. Okay, we'll do this one first. We'll do the Fernandez brothers parlay. So Enzo Fernandez, Chelsea playing against Leeds. Bruno Fernandez, no relation, different spellings, in that Man U game against West Ham. Look, Enzo Fernandez has a goal or assist. This is both to either score or assist, plus 328. Play these at Bet365. You get the sub on, which means if they leave the game for whatever reason, early injury or late game substitution, their substitute you can cash with. So anyway, look, we'll start with Enzo Fernandez. We think there's a lot of goals in that Leeds match. Everybody's talking about Cole Palmer. He looks to be in really good form for Chelsea finally lately. He's making a push to make sure he makes England's World Cup side. I'm with all that. They're getting goals from multiple guys. And Enzo Fernandez is seeing a lot of the ball. He's routinely taking 3 or more shots a game. He's routinely putting 2 or more shots per game on frame. He's got a goal or assist in 5 of the last 7 matches. And the way Leeds plays so frenetic, I just think he's going to have an opportunity to run with space, have the ball at his feet, shoot from range, beat someone, shoot from closer range, or lay it off to somebody. I think he and Palmer, I just see a lot of connective tissue there. And there, you can get cute on FanDuel and do 1-1, like these sort of 1 to assist the other type scenarios that I haven't got to, but I might. But anyway, I just think this is the kind of game where Fernandez is getting on the score sheet with a goal or an assist. And then look, Man U's in great form. They've won 4 straight since Michael Carrick's taken over as their manager. Michael Carrick, a lot of West Ham roots there. West Ham, not good at home. West Ham, second most goals conceded in the Prem at home. I would say nobody's benefited more from the managerial change at Man U than arguably Bruno Fernandes, who's slotted in as the number 10. He knows that role. They're getting great play out of their midfield. Everything's running through him. He's pulling the strings, and he's got a goal or assist in every match since Carrick took over. So we've got Bruno Fernandes to have a goal or assist, Enzo Fernandez to have a goal or assist, plus 328. And then look, we just touched on that Man U match. We like Man U to win at West Ham. West Ham's 3-1-8 on the road, 19th in the Prem, 16 goals scored, 26 conceded. Now, West Ham has been good lately, and this is a big match for them, and they're going to do what they can to get points out of it in the relegation battle. But they have lost 3 of their last 4 at home. As I mentioned, Man U undefeated in 1 4 straight, unbeaten in 8. Carrick's made a difference. and they tend to score early a lot on the road, and that would be a problem for West Ham. So Man U to win. Leeds and Chelsea over 2.5 goals. We've covered that. And then Man City plays Fulham tomorrow. We like Man City to score at least twice in that match, plus 284. This is at BetMGM. Again, they've had some good soccer odds lately. Man City, they've scored 2 or more in like 4 or 5 straight matches. Fulham's conceding. Fulham doesn't have a ton to play for. They're safe enough, but they're not going to get into Europe. Holland's starting to draw penalties again. Holland, like they should have had, even at the shitty start, Man City should have had 3 against Liverpool over the weekend. So we think they get 2 on Fulham.
For me, we're going to play a college basketball over. Set of overs, actually. 3. Vanderbilt Auburn over 61.5. We gave that out. Arkansas versus LSU over 159.5. And Washington State versus Gonzaga over 159.5 plus 595. Love the value here. I like both of those overs, and I think Gonzaga could score 100 points tonight. Now, Huff's availability is questionable. He's been out a while. They haven't been as good without him, but they've struggled defensively a bunch. Like, that's been a legit issue for them. I do think at home their offense will be able to get it going. And if they're a true 21.5 point favorite, like one of these games they're going to get right. And that's going to be on the offensive end where we'll see them get into the hundreds. And if they can get to the hundreds, Washington State should be able to get us to 60 plus points. They've always been good in Spokane. I trust few to get them right. And then the other 2, SEC overs that I love, I gave them out earlier. If both of those cash, we'll be staying up late to root for this one. And I love the value here, plus 595. Now, 2 other plays. This is one we're going to put on the board, and the other one we're just going to give out. LeBron, Wemby, and Şengün double-double plus 490. We're also going to give out Şengün for a double-double at minus 135 as an official play to win a unit. Just where we are, I think he is going to dominate. I talked about it earlier, facing a Clippers team who just shipped Zubats off. Like, you get rid of your big, who is one of the better true defensive bigs. Now, he doesn't stretch outside great, but he's a shot blocker. He changes a lot of things. Now you take him away. You're going young. Şengün will feast against whatever they have. He's always aggressive on the glass. It's another one of those guys where, like, we hope we don't get a blowout, but Şengün can grab 6 boards in the matter of 3 minutes. Like, he'll do that. He'll grab a few offensively. He'll grab a few on the defensive end. I think he'll get us 10 boards, and then 10-plus points should not be an issue. Wemby facing LeBron. I'm really, really hoping LeBron plays. I'm scared with the back-to-back, but if LeBron plays, we should be getting a great showdown, even if it's a little bit of a blowout. Like, Wemby knows who LeBron is, of course. LeBron knows who Wemby is. I talk about stars versus stars in the NBA all the time. They're always locked in. They're always ready to go. LeBron, viewed as one of the greatest of all time. Wemby, people think he could get there. You think these 2 prideful dudes are going to get after it. I like both of them to get a double-double. LeBron's had 1 and 2 straight, and Wemby gets one with regularity when he plays normal minutes. So here, LeBron, Wemby, and Şengün double-double at plus 490. If LeBron gets ruled out, we'll be, plus 150. And then I also like Şengün minus 135 for his own double-double.
We like the cars that go boom. But wait, Ben, there was a meatball appearance there. If you're a Spotify or Apple bottomer, I'm on your double parlay there. I also think, in light of that I should raise the stakes. And if I sweep my side of the board, including that parlay, I think instead of writing Ozzy across my knuckles, I write meaty, and I have to leave it on for a week, which my wife will hate.
I'm for that.
Huh? It stays on for a week.
I'm sorry. I'm for that. I'm absolutely for that.
The sacrifices
Lauren, sorry,
willing
Miss
to make
Lauren.
at one of them.
Mrs. Lauren, I'm sorry.
Awesome. It is.
Could you get the henna? Don't they do the henna tattoos in Ocean City? Isn't that what they do? When people like
yeah, well, I'm just thinking I'm just got to use a Sharpie. And it's going to have to be the left because I'm bad enough just writing normal, but me trying to write on my right with the left is not going to work. You know what I mean? If people are going to be able to actually.
Right.
Woo. We're perhaps on the precipice of the most white trash moment in the history of Wannabet. I mean, what do you think the odds are though that I sweep the board? We got a lot of. I mean, it's not like I got minus 185. Myers over 1.5 field goals here. It's not like that's not what we do.
Yeah, you need a lot. You also need it would, including the bet you tail, including the bet you tail.
I think so. That's why I raised the stakes and raised it You know what I mean? At that point, it's like I got to write meaty and leave it up there for a week.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I'm chock full of good ideas. So that's the show. Beltway Ben, let the people know how it went last night. Again, one more foul shot in the first quarter gets us a push in that Utah-Miami game, and then obviously we came an assist short with Harden, who, I mean, could have easily had 12 assists in that game. He set people up for clear threes. He set people up for layups. It just we couldn't get that eighth assist. That's life in these gambling streets. Do we have any emails or anything we need to address, Beltway Ben?
Emails, no. Checking the comments now. People are asking about Şengün. We did give out Şengün. So some people were interested about Şengün tonight. I love that our viewers are going to get on Şengün as well. We did have Sean Kean ask about a Şengün triple-double. I am not playing a triple-double. I play a double-double. I mean, I could, if you want to play a triple-double, you can. It's a, 8-point spread. So if that game stays close, he could get there. I mean, he's had a few.
Yeah.
He had one last game. Maybe. I don't know. I'm playing the double-double, but we do have people that, I love that the community is interested in Şengün. Did you see him yelling at the ref the other night? Jeez, that was tough luck. Tough luck for Şengün. Tough luck.
I did see that. How about the Hornets and Pistons last night?
That was one of the best things. We were watching live. So the ESPN college basketball games in the top corner, they have the NBA on the big screen. They have that game on the big screen. Before the fight, though, and the fact. So, that's
a casino. They know everything, Ben.
That's what we're thinking. That was the most entertaining thing ever. So we're lit. We're it's awesome. This is great to watch. Then it finishes. We're all talking about it still. And on the other screen, you have Naz Reid and Muhammad Gay getting into it, getting in a fist fight. So NBA was ready to go last night. It was beautiful. I love Beef Stew's awesome. Miles Bridges is a horrible human being. He beats up women. I hate him. I wish Beef Stew would have got his hands on that fraud. But sorry, Beef Stew was ready to go. He had the knee sleeves on. And sprinted out to the court. That was beautiful. That was literally incredible. That was awesome.
I already was looking at that Hawks Hornets game tomorrow night. Now I'm feeling even better about the Hornets.
Oh yeah. But are they going to play? Then probably a suspension.
I mean, but can't they appeal? But my thinking is they'll appeal, right? And then all that'll be adjudicated. We got the All-Star break coming up. I mean, it's a divisional game. They just played over the weekend. My feeling is they're going to appeal. Nothing will be resolved in time for that. And that I'm waiting to see what these lines are. I've got my numbers. I know what I'm comfortable with, pending any other personnel decisions. But my feeling was that stuff would be figured out, you know what I mean, over the weekend.
And Charles Lee gets tossed later. He's fired up, trying to get the team fired up. They'll probably come out ready to go. So we'll see.
Yeah. All right. That's the show. Thank you for watching. You want to bet. We want to bet. We appreciate you betting with us. We will see you. It might be a little later tomorrow. We've got a meeting at work. They say from 10 to 11. I don't know if it's going to go later than that. So we won't have our normal backdrops or whatever. We'll be at the radio station. But hopefully not too late after 11. So thank you. Godspeed. If there's gambling gods, these knuckles are going to say meaty tonight.